Hi, I'm Akosua Owusu, and I am the director of Pelourinho. They Don't Really Care About Us. I would like to thank the New York African Film Festival and Lincoln Center for inviting me back to present this film. This film was inspired by a letter written by W.E.B. Du Bois to the American Embassy in Brazil in 1927. And I'm sort of having W.E.B. Du Bois in conversation with Michael Jackson. This film has been presented multiple times at Lincoln Center, and I'm so excited to return, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.
Quand on parle de Kankoumoussa, on pense alors.
My name is Joe Penney, and I'm the director of Son of the Soil, the story of Mansa Musa. Son of the Soil follows Malian artist Abdou Woligam's immersion into the historical myth of Mansa Musa. Many aspects of our lives today are shaped by the actions of people who have died centuries ago. Merely by virtue of being born, we've inherited an earth structured on racist violence and misogyny. Many of us grew up being told lies about the underpinnings of the world we inhabit, and those lies permeate nearly every aspect of life.
I do think that we need more stories and need better stories, because one of the easiest ways to control people is you tell them a bad story about themselves and you get them to repeat it, and you get them to tell other people that story and to go into the world like that and to keep walking like that and being like that, and then you don't have to do anything. Almost any oppressed people, they always try to take back the story.
This film is first and foremost an attempt to remedy a pain caused by an inadequate and unjust recounting of history. It's an interrogation and a questioning. Though we've done years of research, it's by no means a definitive account, nor is it intended to be. It's a call to restructure our telling of the making of the modern world, and it's just the beginning.
My name is Applewhaite, and I'm the director of A New England Document, a short film currently playing in the New York African Film Festival. I was inspired to make the film to grapple with the silences that condition my history as a person born in the shadows of an empire. As I began to study a mix of anthropology, history and literature at Harvard, where I'm now a senior, I began to realize that the brutalities of colonialism that we learned about were present in the disciplines themselves, and by extension, the documentary genre, as a form of storytelling that encapsulates all three approaches to understanding people and their societies. The Marshall Archive at the Peabody Museum raised all of these questions. It contains over 40,000 photographs of indigenous San tribespeople. These photos were taken by Lorna and Lawrence Marshall, who took over a decade of anthropological expeditions to the Kalahari Desert in Namibia in the 50s. Whilst researching the fewer photos of them, their children and their staff who accompanied them on their expeditions, I came across a photo of a boy named Kaishe, who is focusing a movie camera. The camera is likely given to him by famed ethnographic filmmaker John Marshall. Yet no one preserved Kaishe's reel. His position as a knower, indeed as a filmmaker, was not yet knowable to them. As such, the photo held me accountable to making a film that would unsettle how such a thing was possible. The film also explores my experiences as a student and how that remains entangled with the complex legacies of him and his ethnographers. I worked with their daughter, Elizabeth Marshall Thomas, to narrate the voiceover, which I edited exclusively from selected quotes of their diaries and her published writing. It was really enjoyable to make the film, and I hope you enjoy watching it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marin Sander-Holzman, and I am the director and producer of 1,000 Songs. 1,000 Songs features journeyman musician Ricky Rose of Brooklyn, New York. Ricky has been playing live music for over 70 years. And despite never making it to the big time, his passion for live music and playing music has never dimmed. As the live music scene in Brooklyn nightclubs slowly eroded, ceding the way to DJs and electronic production, Ricky found himself with few places to play music until he found a local mechanics garage in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Every Saturday night, Ricky and an eclectic mix of old-timers and younger musicians come to the garage to swap tunes and play into the midnight hour.
Come on, do it, y'all. Do it. Do it till you satisfied.
1,000 Songs is part letter to a young musician and part treatise on the shifting historical role live music plays in all our lives. Ricky's voice is filled with a deep, abiding spirit, and his kindness and understanding of life's peaks and valleys is music. Ricky is also the last in a generation of musicians who played soul and R&B back in its heyday in the 1950s and 60s. I made this film so his work could be recognized, but also with the understanding that he is one of many in a series of musical legends and heroes, both sung and unsung, who made music what it is for all of us today. I hope you enjoy the film.